Nice.
Hey, Defenders of Cobalt.
Hey.
Hey.
How's everybody tonight?
I'm doing great, honestly. I just ate a shitload of Jello.
It's a great fucking
And
day.
it sounded great on your microphone.
He did. He ASMR'd that shit to us. Like 30 minutes of just Jello slurping.
Yeah, that's like a whole new audience you can open yourself up to.
Oh man, that really is.
It'll be like the Pornhub account where the guy just says like really wholesome things into the microphone quietly. It'll be like I'll be that guy, but for ASMR.
That's you're gonna be making money hand over fist.
Probably. There's probably pretty big demand for guy eats raspberry Jello into high quality microphone.
I think so.
It's a thing.
Whatever can
It's
put you
probably
to
a
sleep, man.
thing.
Whatever puts you to sleep.
So, in accordance with the format from last week, would you cool cats want to introduce yourselves, especially since we have a new individual joining us this week?
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Who wants to be first?
I'm always a huge fan of Jowzam. This is your little red wagon. You can go first.
Okay, so we are Notorious Oh, I almost said it. We are Notorious DMG, Notorious Dungeon Masters Group. We're a collection of content creators on various platforms and outlets getting together. We're running games for each other, for our audiences, our crowds, and exposing each other and one another to different playstyles and games and what have you. I'm Jowzam, and I run Jowzam's Den, where I stream tabletop RPGs. Right now, we've got Forbidden Lands going on, Waterdeep Heist, and Simba Room, and I also do developer interviews after running the games. So I just wrapped one up with the CEO of Free League Publishing last week. So go ahead and check that out if you missed it. And I'm going to turn the tables to the gentleman who is running the game tonight.
Oh hey, that's me. I am I am Seth, Seth Bell. I'm the dungeon master and producer and CEO of the Monday Nights podcast. It releases every Monday with awful taste and just a general abhorrent sense of humor, and it's like most D&D podcasts. I really can't just redefine what the whole Notorious DMG thing is about because you did a really good job. So I'll just say that Bert should introduce himself as well.
Hey, this is Bert. I run Of Steam, Steal or Murder, where we play games, lots and lots of games for many years, and I am sick. For most of us, I think.
I think we're all relatively on the spectrum of sick.
Yeah, I think we should preface that we're all feeling or down with something right now.
That is highly accurate.
My normal game sessions are fueled by regular, grain alcohol, as are most, but this week I am fueled by NyQuil.
Yes, after this I'm going to have a nice cup of whiskey and put myself to sleep.
Sounds like a Baron Jaeger kind of night.
Baron Jaeger, man, Jaegers. That's not my cup of tea. It'll wake you up though, I guess.
We should honestly start every round of the Notorious DMG with just a whole big honor system round of Jaeger bombs.
I'm fine with that.
Dig it.
That would bring the kind of energy that I think we're all trying to achieve.
It would.
It really, yeah. Does that mean it's my turn now?
It certainly is.
Hey everybody. I'm who am I? I am Chuck. The biggest asshole on Defenders of Cobalt. I really need to start paying attention to when you guys do your introductions because I fucking go to La La Land and I just totally ruin our cohesive plan. Anyway, we do D&D and stuff Friday nights and Tuesday nights, and it's fucking great. You guys all love us. I know you do. And that's what I got. Did everyone disappear?
Cleared that one.
Yeah, it was that bad,
Did-
man.
Did we lose Seth?
No,
Already?
I just
Okay,
have
good.
horrible, horrible little dogs that are barking loudly at my
Okay.
driveway.
I was like, here we go again.
No, it will
So-
not happen this week. I am almost 100% positive that I will be here
Nice.
the whole time.
Oh, why don't you mention what you're using this week, Seth?
Oh, funny you should ask. This is a MacBook Pro.
Ooh, so fancy.
It's even got the like the key covers that look like a little galaxy. And it's got a sticker on the back that makes the glowing apple look like the face of the clock in the tower from Peter Pan.
Now remember, by user agreement, you've got to mention that you're using a Mac at least once an hour during this podcast.
Yeah, you really do.
So that was at 5:26 Alaska time. So around 6:25ish, I'll start getting talking. So, does anybody have anything that they would like to address before we all collectively try to recap the events of the previous week's episode?
No.
A recap would be wonderful.
Yeah, primarily for Bert, secondarily for anyone who didn't listen last week and is listening this week, which I think would include Bert in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Chuck, why don't you start us off?
yeah.
Are we? If the recap, yes. Starting you off. Here we go. So last time on Notorious DMG, a druid and a wizard walked into a fighters guild, and it was great.
That was like 30 minutes into the episode.
You know what?
I
There's
know.
so many exciting events
I took notes, but I'd be damned if I could find them.
No,
I did take
no.
notes while we were playing last time.
I do. I remember.
I took notes as well. I could do a pretty thorough description of each individual event by event. I mean, but I don't
So-
think we really need that. I could just kind of give.
No. We were escorting a wagon
Yep.
to the town that I cannot remember the name of,
Ballarith,
Ballarith, and we were working for
Craig.
Craig. That's right, Craig. Who was a member of the Fighters Guild,
Right.
and he heard some noises out in the bush, and he disappeared to go look in on it. And we came upon a scene where he was
he was getting
being
choked.
manhandled,
Yeah.
entangled, by some kind of plant creature, and we debated for quite a while. Assassin vine. We debated though, just leaving him there to die and taking whatever was in the wagon, but we eventually helped him,
Right.
And we got him out of there. And we went back to the wagon, and an odd fellow jumped out of the locked wagon.
Right.
He, again, I don't have his name written down in front of me. What was his name there, Seth?
Oh man, that's such a great question.
The son of the local lord or whatever.
I want to say it was Illithin or Lithian. I think it was Lithian.
Yeah.
I
that
think it was
sounds right.
Lithian. And he had long silver blonde hair. He's kind of a strange looking fella.
He was a very, very Aryan looking fellow.
Yeah. So he jumped out of the locked wagon. Said, I can't remember what
He said
he
thanks. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Like,
something like that.
He was like, "Hey, thanks for escorting me," and then he offered to heal you guys, and I think he gave Chuck some healing and Craig some healing, and then he was like, "I'll just hop back in the wagon now."
Yeah.
Yeah, and went back in there and locked himself back in magically. So then we made our way to Balrith, and there we were greeted with a fanfare because we returned the beloved Lithian to the town. We met his father and his his younger brother, who was kind of I don't know, sour. He didn't like his older brother because he was always compared to his older brother Lithian.
Right.
So he was a little bit of a brat. And then we made our way to the Fighters Guild, where they made us a fantastic meal.
Dude.
And they did it among song and dance, a la Beauty and the Beast or any sort of Disney movie.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We were just Craig was like, hey, you want to come to the Fighters Guild? And we're like, no, I hate to say it, we're kind of nerds, and hanging out with a bunch of jocks is a great way for us to get wedgies. And we really hurt Craig's feelings.
Yes.
He was
Because
so much more than just a pile of muscle.
Yeah, well, remember what they're fighting. They are fighting stereotypes.
That is
That's absolutely correct.
Yes, that was the fucking sound clip of the night.
That's right. So then we went there. There was also was it a hill giant?
It was a hill giant.
It was hill
He
giant.
offered you his big bed, and
Yeah.
you turned
Yes,
him
he
down.
wanted to sleep in his big bed with him, and that's when
We
Acadius and Henroth said, "You know what? I think we're going to go to the tavern tonight. Thank
Yeah.
you for the offer. Thank you so much for your food." And we booked it out of there and went to the local inn or tavern, and we got a room at the local inn. And it was in the middle of the night. We were woken to a noise to the north.
West. Correct.
West, yes,
West.
because our window faced north, so we couldn't see it because we were
Right.
too lazy to get out of bed. We're like, oh, what's going on out there? Oh, fine, I guess we'll get dressed and go check it out. We packed up all of our belongings so we could make a hasty retreat if things are really bad. But we investigated a little further, and I got thrown up onto the palisades or the gate, and
Yeah, they threw you up onto like the spiky wooden wall. I don't know if it
Yeah.
would be directly a palisades, but basically.
and what did I saw something out there, and I don't.
There was a
remember what
treasure
specific-
chest. There was
You
a
rolled
Yes.
very poorly, I will say, on your perception check, and you were able to identify a golden ornate treasure chest about 20 yards away from the wall, out in an empty field.
Right.
hmm
So we went out there to investigate, and it was gone.
It was.
It wasn't quite gone. At the very last second, you guys, you were looking like laterally straight down the western wall of the town. You were approaching from the south and rounding the northern corner. Just as you peeked around the corner of like from north to west. This is hard to describe in an audio medium, and I apologize. But basically, if you're looking at a square from the top down, that's the walls of this town. You guys rounded the bottom left corner of the square, and just as you did so, a figure in a white cloak rounded the top left corner of that square out of your view, and the golden chest was gone. And the
That's
noise had ceased.
Right.
It was Gandalf.
It was Gandalf. You've solved my riddle.
And that's where we left off. And I'm sorry if I left anything out.
I think
think-
that those were the key points.
I mean, see, the only other item of notes, and it's not necessarily a story item, but more of a character setting, is I did accidentally burn a patch of grass with some acid, and I had to.
Oh, and that broke Henroth's heart.
Yeah.
And you also damaged a tree, which I cast
did.
mend on
Yeah.
while I sat there caressing it and speaking to it.
So you hit all the
is true.
fine points. We've got moral quandrobism, and you
Yeah.
burn something. That's perfect. We all the check marks. Great.
Yeah.
So, continuing the session, just kind of setting the scene once more, you find, gentlemen, the two primary party members who were there last week. You guys are standing outside the walls of the town. A small crowd has gathered about the walls and like are now starting to exit the gate to see what all you chased after. And it is the middle of the night still, but a half elf steps out of the crowd to approach you two, and he is voiced by Bert, who says,
You the guys that burned the ground over there?
This is gonna follow me, isn't it? Yes, but in all fairness, one of my friends was getting choked, and
I wouldn't call him a friend,
well, and
Acadius.
after that song and dance, I don't know. He's kind of won me over a little bit.
he has
No.
grown to become a friend.
Yeah.
Craig. He's an acquaintance, Craig. But anyways, yes, my friend here, Acadius, singed that grass, and it hurt
It did. I,
the Earth Mother greatly, and myself. But why are we dwelling on this? Let's not talk of the grass which he killed.
yeah. I would like that very much. Let's change the subject here. Well, yes.
Why are you so interested in grass, friend?
More interested in the person that would carry about such acids.
Hey, yeah, that's me. But I'm a conjurer, so it's cool. I'm licensed.
I see. So does that license come with a heavier coin purse?
No, actually,
No.
I do work for a state-run institute for higher education, and being a government employee, I am quite underpaid.
Members of the crowd that have gathered say, "You are such a hero, honestly."
Who are they
Did-
saying
but-
it to?
I
To
mean,
us.
you.
Oh. On a side note, didn't we get like a ton of gold last week too?
Yeah, they were literally just like throwing gold out into the street.
Right.
It's
So-
how it goes.
So as we're saying that we are poor, you could also hear our pockets like jingling.
Yeah, that's right. We each got, I think we each got 95 on us.
Undoubtedly, the sound of those coins would be. Well, surely such folks as yourselves perhaps are looking to hire on some help. Oh, and sorry to hear about the state employment. Here. You need this more than me, and I'll hand him a few coppers.
I'm not going to turn that down.
That is so terrible.
But
Hey,
tell us what. Go ahead.
Yeah, Katie's, come here. I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
pull
yeah.
you aside. Okay, yeah. So this guy's got a coin. So why don't we take all the coin we can, and we'll just ditch him down the road when we need to.
That's okay. I was thinking, for future endeavors, not insulting your, personal fortitude, but depending on the skill set, it might be nice to have someone we could place between us and, future strangling vines or stray dogs or, heaven forbid, a horse.
I'm gonna look Bert's character up and down. How is he dressed?
Leathers. He's little on the thickish side. He's definitely got some elven heritage as per the ears, but has his share of human blood.
Does he look like he can handle himself with a weapon?
Oh, well, he's got several of them strapped to him, primarily short blades and a rapier at his side.
Okay, I'll say to Akadis, okay, I think we need this guy.
Yeah, I second that motion. Yes. So there,
Sure, we will
friend.
take your coin, friend.
Yes. So tell
Good,
us.
because that's most of it. I was hoping to, and then I kind of shake my few coins that are left in my pouch, hoping to add to some of this here in the purse. You folks look like you might have some gainful employment about.
Well, we just
The town folks seem to enjoy your presence anyway. Heroes, huh? I asked the nearest person that was cheering them on.
I mean, they've only been in town one night, so I'm not sure about heroes. And he does like finger quotes. But they seem nice enough.
Hey, we brought your lithium back.
That's true.
Oh, drug
I was
dealers.
excited about it this morning.
Well, truth is, guys, I'm just kind of passing through, safety in numbers and all. And if a person can make a few coins on the side while traveling, hey, it's better for all, right?
Right? Yeah. That's right.
I think so. Although we're not, I don't know if we currently have plans for our next endeavor, but we would certainly be happy for, a reasonable cut of whatever income we make. We could allocate for wages for yourself.
Oh, fair enough. I am to understand that you're not leaving directly, though. Is that the case? And he's kind of giving the shifty dog eye look around him. So you're not leaving like right now, which would be great if you were.
No, I don't believe we were planning on it.
Meanwhile, we have all of our gear strapped to our back, and it looks like we're ready to leave town at any moment. No, we're not. We're not going anywhere. We're here to investigate that noise that you just heard.
Yes. Noises.
Okay.
Want investigation.
well, The sooner the better. It would be good. Again, looking at the crowd, checking for any constabulary.
The constabulary in this town is lax at best.
So, tell me, friend, not to be, not to be unwelcoming, but you don't happen to have, anyone of ill intent after you. You seem rather nervous.
Well, you know how protective fathers are, especially when they're the mayor, chief of police,
Oh,
head of local gangs.
Christ. Well, druid friend, what say you?
He just kind of holds his hand up and just kind of wavers it back and forth. I don't know. Okay, why don't you come with us? We're gonna go investigate the strange things that we saw outside the gate. Why don't you prove yourself out in the field with us?
Sure, outside of the gate sounds great.
You mentioned proving himself, and just as this conversation is nearing its end, and you guys begin to think about investigating the white cloaked man who ran away with the golden box, you hear more horrible noises and screaming from inside the walls of the town.
Oh, great! Not again.
Well,
Which direction is it this time?
Well, you guys are directly west of the town, so the noises are directly east of you, towards the, I would say, southern portion of the town, near the gate, maybe?
Okay, let's head in that direction.
Okay. As you all round the bottom left corner of this square, as I have described previously, you come into line of sight with the main gate into town, and it is beset with all form of skeleton. There are big skeletons and little skeletons, and one with bows, and one with hammers and swords and whatnot, and they are laying siege to this gateway.
Are there any members of the Fighters Guild there engaged with them?
Yes. The hill giant, who I think I named Henry. I could be way off base there.
I was
But
named after the whale.
oh,
Oh,
Tillicum.
yeah,
It was Tillicum.
Yeah, the killer whale.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. So Tillicum is there fighting off skeletons, as well as Craig and the other female drow that was with him. Those three, when you were there, they seemed like kind of like the primary heads of the organization, and they're at this gate fighting off skeletons currently.
Do they look like they're managing quite well without us?
I mean, they're kicking some ass, but there's 15 skeletons, and there's 3 of them. The people in the town are mainly screaming and moving away from the gate now.
Okay.
I'll look at Acadius and shrug. What do you think?
Yeah. They did feed us, and that carries quite far with me.
I guess. Okay.
All right, let's enter the fray.
All right. If I could have you all roll initiative.
Let's see, do our sheets have an initiative button?
Should be on there somewhere. Or do we have to select a token? Did we just roll a d20 last time?
I just rolled.
Yeah, we
a
were
D20.
just doing the roll command 1d20 plus your bonus. That's the fastest way I've found to do it. The 3.5 sheets on here are quite extreme.
There we go. Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's busy.
Yeah. Hey, this is a pretty busy game we're playing. Okay, so I will ask. I'm sorry, I'm flipping through a book. It looks like Acadius, you currently have the floor.
Oh man, how did that happen? Okay, so how many skeletons again did you say there were?
15. As you guys walk up, Tilikum crushes one in between both of his hands and the earth, and now there are 14.
Oh, that's beautiful. Quick reminder: how many bolts does magic missile give me? I forgot to open my spell book.
Excuse me?
Magic missile, is it 3 bolts?
I believe you are currently sitting at 2 bolts.
2 bolts. That sounds right. Then the other 2 Fighters Guild members, I would like to move up a little bit, not close enough to attract any attention from any skeletons.
Yeah, you guys are only maybe like 25 feet away from the ruckus.
I'm going to move back a few feet then. And then I'm going to cast Magic Missile, and I would like a bolt each for a skeleton that a Fighters Guild member is. The 2
Okay, so
not
like,
hill giants.
whoever is being engaged by one of those drows are the 2 skeletons you are targeting?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your, I think...
You don't have to roll an attack, it's just the damage. That's not horrible.
Wow. Nice. A 3 and a 4.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who have listened to the Monday nights, I play with a slight variation on one of the rules. As far as damage to creatures go, this is terrible for you, Acadius. So maybe just plug your ears.
Okay.
But anytime damage equal to or greater than half of the target hit points is dealt in a single attack, I'm going to roll a D percentile, and depending on the number that is rolled, a terrible thing will probably happen to you. And my justification for that is that if I was ever dealt more than half of my life force in a single blow, I would probably be severely altered in my capacity to live.
I like that.
Okay.
So, with the 5, you did deal equal to or greater than half health to these skeletons.
Oh, snap.
85. Oh my goodness. You annihilate 1 skeleton.
Oh, fuck.
There are 13 remaining. You
Nice.
have the floor, Henroth.
I'm looking at my spells here, trying to determine what I want to do. I am going to cast... It's between 2 spells here. Sorry, I'm not familiar with these spells, so I've been reading them quickly during Acadius' turn. Okay. I'm going to cast... we'll go with Entangle. I'd like to do Entangle, and just
a classic druid move.
Yeah, exactly. And just do it, I know it's got like a 40-foot radius, but do it like so it doesn't get my Fighters Guild.
Do it on the edge of the combat
people.
so that it gets the horde and not your boys.
Yeah, so what do I need to do to cast Entangle? Is it just they have a resistance save that they do?
You would expend a spell slot, and since there are 13 of them, I will roll a D13 plus 2, and that will be how many there are.
Okay.
I wonder if Roll20 can roll a D13 plus 2.
Yeah, it can roll.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Nice. So 8 of them are currently entangled.
Nice.
That way I don't have to roll 13 D20s.
That's it for Henroth.
Excellent. So Craig and the love of his life, Jazzamule, are going to swing their falchions at some skeletons. Hey, they would have both completely hit with a +2. So, they both deal 1d8 of damage.
Nice.
I'm trying to expedite this combat because it is the worst part of this bad game.
That's fair.
Hey! So, Jazzamule outright kills a skeleton. Craig deals enough damage to finish off the one that you magic missiled.
Nice.
That brings us to Mornath.
Yes, my generic fantasy name.
Nice.
I was like, wait a minute, that sounds like Forbidden Lands.
So paint me a little picture here. Where are we? Like, are we in a town square sort of thing?
You guys are outside of the city walls of a small town in basically a flat grassy field. 25 feet to your east, just at the gate of this town, there are now 11 skeletons battling your 3 Fighters Guild compatriots, and you 3 are standing in a small triangle about 25 feet from that action. 8 of those skeletons are entangled currently.
All right. Well, I will go and help the 2 embattled folk in there, seeming as I'm supposedly interviewing, let's call it. So I will go
You gotta show 'em what you're
and
worth.
I'm sorry.
I said you got to show them what you're worth.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so I will wade in and try to help out the 2 beleaguered people in there. I will draw my blades and, we'll go see what we can do with the nearest skeleton. Do they seem to be focused on those 2? I mean, it's kind of odd for a bunch of undead just to be milling out in front of a town.
They seem pretty mindlessly focused on getting past the defenders of this gate and into the city.
Ah, I see. All right, well, am I close enough to get up to one and do a little knife action?
Yes, you certainly are. I will give one of them an attack of opportunity against you.
Alrighty.
Does a 6 hit your armor class?
No.
That is most unfortunate.
For who?
Unfortunate
The
for
skeleton?
him.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I have found my melee bonus, so here we go. Have at you. How's a 14 do against him? Hello?
Did we lose Seth? Did
Oh,
it
no.
happen?
It might have happened.
Oh, the Mac failed us.
Man.
Hey, but we just got in the word. He's using a Mac.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Cover
That's
that
too.
for him. Cover it for him.
There we go. He wasn't due for another 15 minutes, but we got his back.
Oh, it really happened. Okay. Hey, so because Chuck and I plugged our channels last week, Bert, why don't you go ahead and plug what you do?
Very good. Well, I'm a little more old school. I'm not a streamer. I am a podcast, audio only. But various games. We've got some long format games, some that have ran years long. Most recently was Deadlands Noir. Prior to that, we did Fate. For a very long time.
Hear me now?
Yeah,
Hey,
I hear
look,
you.
he's back.
We can hear you now.
That was a quick one.
It happened.
I can't believe that it happened. I don't know what happened, honestly.
It's the Mac.
Hey, we've still got like 32 minutes for that, so you just calm down.
All right, so I rolled a 14. Did that manage to hit the guy?
Yes, it certainly did. I had told you that twice when you had asked me if it did hit, and I was becoming quite frustrated, and then I realized no one could hear me.
All right.
And there's your damage, 5 points.
Hey, I'm going to roll a D100 and see if that critically annihilates him or if it just incapacitates him. You run up and stab the skeleton right in the kneecap, and now it's crawling instead of running.
Ooh, nice.
Actually, if I may, as I'm going up and seeing as it's a skeleton and I've got rather thin, sharp blades, I instead just whack him on the side of the head with the pommel of the blade, something nice and dead.
Absolutely. You make a big noise, and his head spins around like 6 times, like in a cartoon.
Yes.
So, next up, it is all these skeletons. They are all going to rush through these gates, and Tillicum, Craig, and Jazamule are basically going to take attacks of opportunity. These skeletons almost have no interest in striking any of you. They just want to get into the city.
Oh, thank God.
What
There's
I tell
only-
you, this is a great time to be leaving this city.
Yeah, right. But there's what? How many did I tie up?
8 of them.
Yeah.
And,
8,
and
okay.
they are going to be, like, basically not moving. So I will say that 2 of them are going to get attacks of opportunity made against them. Thank you. That makes this easier.
Yeah,
Hey.
saves you some rolls.
So one of them certainly gets struck. And killed.
What? One of the Fighters Guild?
Oh, no. I mean...
Oh, okay.
Oh,
the
man.
Fighters
They
Guild
were-
are getting
they
the
were
attack of
attacks
opportunities on the
yeah.
skeletons. Oh, okay.
That's...
So, there are, I believe, 9 remaining skeletons. One of them is just inside of the walls, and as soon as it crosses the threshold of the city, it immediately ignites into flame. But it looks, like, undamaged. Like, it looks as though... I don't really know how to describe this. It looks quite natural for the skeleton to be on fire. Like,
It went
looks
Ghost
almost
Rider on
emboldened.
us.
Yeah, it activated Ghost Rider mode.
Nicolas Cage.
Mm. The only Ghost Rider, right?
Right.
Nicholas Rib Cage, am I right, guys? Skeleton?
Oh,
So crazy.
man.
That would bring us back to it being Cadius's turn, I believe you were first.
Yeah. Okay. So these spider assholes entering, not spiders, skeletons.
I was really confused for a second there. Where did the
You know what I've
spiders
never
come
thought
from?
about until just now? Spiders, assholes.
Yes, spider assholes. No, okay, let me double check. I should have. Yes.
Like, do you think they're silky?
I don't. Like, they would have to be, right? Like, that's where. I don't know. We could go
Anyway,
in.
I mean,
Yeah.
Take your attack actions, please.
I
I'll just
wanna-
excuse-
want to cast Glitter Dust. My
Ooh.
all-time favorite spell. I
Okay.
want to cast it. Kind of. It is a 10-foot radius.
Yes.
So I want to do some quick wizard math as I'm doing my incantations and
Yeah, you were relatively
throwing yank
intelligent.
signs. Yeah, and I want to put this center of this spell kind of center mass in these skeletons. And I just want to glitter dust all of them.
I have no problem with you doing this, but to what end?
Well, because glitter dust, if they fail their will save, they are blinded.
Huh.
Is that right?
That is most excellent. I
Uh,
will double check that is correct.
Blinded and entangled.
yeah, well, I want the ones going into the city, not the entangled ones.
No.
I would maintain that these skeletons lack the flesh of eyeballs.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I don't know.
I will find glitter dust this exact moment. A cloud of golden particles covers everyone and everything in the area, causing creatures to become blinded and visibly outlining invisible things for the duration of the spell. All within that area are covered by the dust, which cannot be removed and continues to sparkle until it fades. Any creature covered by the dust takes a negative 40 penalty on hide checks.
Oh,
Wow.
So, you know, it blinds them and they can't
Yeah.
hide from us.
I'm unsure of whether or not undead creatures such as skeletons can become blinded, but I will roll a d8, and that number of creatures will be blinded.
Nice.
Dude, you guys are killing it. So 6 of these entangled skeletons also cannot see. Their life is hell.
Oh, that's great. That is great. After casting that amazing spell, I'm going to Just move back into a still close enough to maintain what's going on in the combat, but hopefully far enough back to preserve my squishy hide from being attacked.
So basically, each round you cast a spell and like take 3 steps back.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, and that's how I will resolve my turn.
Okay, and that would bring us to Henroth.
I'm going to cast another spell. I'm going to cast Soften Earth and Stone, and I'm going to cast it right in the path of the skeletons who aren't entangled. So when they
Okay.
step in it, they'll start to sink.
All right. These skeletons are having the worst time. I believe the mechanical effects of that spell are that you just create either 10 or 20 feet of difficult terrain.
It's 10 feet and depth of 1 to 4 feet. Yeah. They must succeed on a reflex save or be caught for 1d2 rounds and unable to move, attack, or cast spells. A creature that succeeds on its save can move through the mud at half speed, but can't run or charge.
I will say that due to the effects of this entanglement, all 8 of these creatures are succumbing to the effect of immobility for 2 rounds. And they basically are just not going to get any saves. They're basically in a big, muddy vine pit, which is not something I personally have ever experienced, but I believe would be difficult to, remove myself from.
Yeah. We'll make it 4 feet deep, so it's up to their like waists or chests or whatever that would be on these skeletons.
Good lord, you guys! I'm starting to feel bad for the skeletons who want to attack the town.
We'll turn to Bert's character to be like, hey, we said we were heroes. We're kind of a big deal.
One thing I would like to resolve: Bert's character was pretty much in the shit with the skeletons.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Bornath.
I've
Bert,
been glitter
just
bomb.
because-
Do you have perhaps a bedazzle spell to add a bit of more?
Bert, just because like 18 things were just done to that 10-foot square, would you roll me one singular reflex save? And I will say if it's above 15, you have avoided all of those effects.
That is definitely something we're gonna have to plan for with a new friend
look
in
at
melee
God,
range.
Bert.
Oh
Yeah, right.
no!
Look at Mornath, just like bobbing.
Does a little cartwheel.
As soon as he sees you throw up the gang signs for glitter dust, Mornath immediately does a triple handspring back out of the action. And then it becomes a glitter dust vine mud bath for all of these skeletons.
That's
At this point, Craig and Jazzamule are going to yell like synchronously at the same exact time because they're husband and wife, and and they are going to say something to the effect of, "Hey Tillicum, go get that one that's getting into the town that's all on fire." And Tillicum is going to go, "Okay." So Tillicum turns from the entryway into town and begins grappling with the flaming skeleton because he has very, very thick skin and it's not going to hurt him that bad.
well, good job, him.
Yeah. That brings us to, I would say they roll attacks, but they absolutely have no need to. Between blinded, entangled, and flat-footed, and being on difficult terrain, I think these skeletons currently have an AC of 7.
Oh.
Just walk over and
Yeah,
coup de grace.
basically,
Just
they're
smash your skulls.
yeah, the 2 drow are just kind of walking through this crowd of skeletons and lopping their heads off with ease.
Good.
You're welcome, Balrith.
Balrith thanks you once again. I need all of you to roll a spot check for me.
Ooh. Hello, doggies. I'm barking.
I'm so sorry. I've closed the door and put up sound buffering materials, and they are.
That's
still...
okay. Sorry, rolling spot. Okay.
If you are not super familiar with how to access your spot, it is basically just a d20 plus your wisdom modifier, unless you have put ranks into that skill. Man, you guys really crushed that one.
Nice.
None of you see it, but all three of you do hear a loud explosion, maybe 20 feet inside of the gate.
We're too busy admiring our handiwork. We're very proud of ourselves.
Right?
Yeah, immediately Craig and Jasmine turn around and their jaws just hit the ground.
Okay.
Oh, Christ.
Let's turn to see what has their attention.
Yeah.
You guys walk a little bit towards the gate as to see clearly into it. And where Tillicum was wrestling the flaming skeleton, there is only a small patch of scorched earth and some giant flesh attached to a giant skeleton.
Holy shit.
And this is why we have all of our stuff packed and ready to go.
At least we won't have to share a bed with him if we stay at the Fighters Guild
That's
again.
right. We can take over his bed.
Craig says, "Is that really what is on your mind?"
Oh, shit.
Oh, hey, oh,
Oh,
Craig, sorry.
I
we didn't-
did not know you were within earshot.
Yeah. Did we say that out loud?
I mean, I just, as a joke, whenever I Dungeon Master, take pretty much everything you guys say as my character.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Even things like I roll a
Acadius and
spot
Henroth were
check.
probably talking about this out loud, being
Yeah.
the kind of shady bastards that they are.
Yeah.
Hey, Craig. Whoa. Is the skeleton there or is it gone?
It's gone entirely.
What happened to your friend, Craig?
He says, "I don't know. I wasn't looking. I was trying to cut the heads off all these other ones. I just heard that loud noise and turn around and now Tillicum is gone." And he
I'll
starts,
shout to
he
the
starts
people.
kinda
Hey,
choking up.
Belrith, what happened?
The crowd of people that remain who didn't sprint away, who wanted to witness your heroic antics, basically explained to you that the skeleton underneath Tillicum exploded once it started losing the fight.
Oh, no. That's definitely not good.
All right,
Exploding
who pissed off the
skeletons.
local necromancer?
Yeah.
And if you all wouldn't mind, roll me a listen check.
Because we're doing so good at these spot and listen.
I just want to see one of you guys hit a die roll that's above like 11.
I don't think I bought any of my skill ranks. Oh well, note to self, do that before next session.
Hey, a 13, a 9.
Yeah, 13, a 15, and a 12. We got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Surely the 15.
you guys are trying to figure out what's happening. You're talking to like members of the crowd to see what is going on. And Acadius,
Yes.
you hear like almost like hissing or sizzling coming from the mud and or vine pit outside of the gate.
Oh, my dogs are losing their shit. Hissing from the, I definitely, oh shit, as I back up rapidly in fear of more explosions. What do I see as I backpedal away from it?
You see smoke is rising rapidly out of the mud and vine and what else was
And glitter
hole.
dust.
And glitter. Oh, and glitter. I would definitely just scream out, run, and then I would follow my own advice.
Yes, I'm gonna follow his advice as well and run away.
Everybody hit me with a reflex save.
As true heroes would do, we're running away.
Yeah.
Okay. Reflex.
Reflex. Where are you?
Oh, that's the same as my spot check.
Ooh.
Henroth, that looked like a will check, but I liked where your head is at.
Yeah, that's definitely the wrong thing. So let's re-roll that. Well, it's better, but not
Nice.
much better.
Oh man. So Acadius and Mornath, you both hit the deck and take you each take 8 damage.
Holy shit, I'm almost dead.
Are you dead?
I have.
Hey, with
Henroth.
evasion, do I take none?
Oh, yeah,
because
with
it's-
evasion
yeah.
you would take 0 damage.
Okay.
Let me ask this. I don't mean to be a dick, but is that more than half your hit points, Acadius?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have
Oh,
3
boy.
left.
And Henroth is 16, more than half of your total hit points.
It sure is, so I get to roll also.
All right, this first one is for Acadius.
Oh god.
And we roll a D100.
It certainly is. Acadius, I'm going to roll a d6.
Oh no.
1 is your left leg, 2 is your right leg, 3 is your left arm, 4 is your right arm, 5 and 6 are your head and torso respectively. You do not want this to be a 5 or a 6. Hey! A large piece of forearm bone from one of the skeletons inside the pit pierces your chest. You are currently bleeding out.
Oh Christ.
In this same moment, let's see what happens to Henroth.
Yes. Woo, 81.
Oh, and I got an 88. That's double 80s.
Yes.
Man, that's
I
going to be
like-
pretty severe.
That's okay. I like it.
New characters next session.
Yeah, right? I am
Mornath is now thinking these guys are exceptionally unlucky, and perhaps it's best not to adventure with them.
One of, actually, I will say all of Tillicum's bones are blasted towards you in this explosion. His entire hill giant skeleton is going to strike you.
Okay. I could die here, guys.
Oh man, this is bad.
Then I'll be busy making a new character.
Yeah.
Well, you
I'll
continue
say that
playing.
he flies 20 feet towards you.
Okay.
So that'd be like, basically, you're going to take damage like he fell 20 feet on you.
Okay.
That is going to be 7 more damage.
All right. Bear with me. Let's see how badly I'm damaged.
So you're at negative, or you would have taken 23 total.
Yes, I've got 25
Oh.
hit points, so I'm not dead.
Okay. Well, I will say that both of your arms are broken because you tried to stop this large, gigantic skeleton from hitting you, and now you are near death laying on the ground.
Okay. Acadius, kill me. Kill me now.
Christ, am I even in this?
Or-
Am I conscious?
Pour your acid on me like you did the grass.
you are currently conscious, but I mean, if this was still initiative, I would say you have like your remaining hit points in rounds to like find stabilization or remove the bone fragment from your chest. But out of initiative, I mean, do what you got to do. Basically, you guys roughly have like 30 seconds before both of your situations become very critical.
Okay.
Do you have to
Ah.
have the healing skill to stabilize somebody, or can you do it without the skill?
I always allow untrained medicine checks or heal checks, just because if like the cleric and ranger and wizard go down in the same turn, then everything ends, and that's not fun.
Okay. So
Right,
I
well,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No.
I was going to say I'm going to pull people to safety and see what I can do about this sucking chest wound here.
Right.
Yeah, give me a heal check.
I believe in you.
Not very wise, so this is just a straight up roll.
Oh.
I can heal myself, guys. I'm still alive. I can heal myself.
Hey, that 10, his wound is stabilized. He is no longer bleeding out. You were smart enough to know that removing the item stabbed into the chest is a bad idea, so you didn't, but you successfully bandaged it and applied pressure and stopped the bleeding.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, don't thank me yet. The secondary infection will kill you in a week or two. Give you time to get the cleric.
Yeah.
Can't imagine bone shards are very sanitary.
They couldn't
Anyway.
be.
Let's grab the armless man by the ankle and drag him out of the.
They're not
He
they're
has-
armless. They're
he
just like
certainly
they're like
has
rubber.
arms. They're just not functioning.
Cadius, kill me.
Uh,
Like the grass, return me to the earth.
before we get there, like, because he needs to be stabilized too, right? You do?
I'm at 2 hit points. I don't know. Do I need to be stabilized?
No, you're not bleeding out. You're just really fucked up.
I'm
Oh.
gonna say, place my hands on my chest.
I don't want, like, that's just gross how his arms are moving. So I'm gonna use Mage Hand.
Oh god.
To grab my arms.
Yeah, I'll fulfill that wish, but that's gross. Like, I'm trying not to puke my guts out, as like I can see bits and chunks of bone coming out from different spots on your arm.
So what you're using Mage Hand to move his
broken
limbs around
I'm gonna.
like a puppet. Make him do the Macarena.
Hey,
Oh god.
yeah, I think I'm going to. We're gonna have a little fun with this.
Oh dear.
Both of you roll a tandem dexterity check. The closer together the two numbers that both of you roll are, the better the Macarena comes out.
Okay, dexterity check.
Yes.
I just looked at my
Come on.
dexterity.
Do it, Acadius.
All right, I get a +1 to this.
Hey, that's not bad. You guys are like 75%, on par with each other. So, Acadius is doing the Macarena with his hands while controlling his mage hand. And instead of going like deeba 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 dabu dooba deeba deba, Henroth is just going
Hopefully the townspeople are also pelting me with gold right now.
Oh yeah, we got to get some tips on this.
Yeah. Are you not entertained?
Most of them are not entertained because one of you has a sucking chest wound and the other has a wacky waving inflatable arm man situation.
Those balloon men. When the hands are finally placed on my persons, I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on myself.
Nice. As you do so, you feel your arm bones begin to kind of restructure themselves. Good God.
3 hit points. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't go excellently.
Yeah, that's not great.
In the wake of this destruction, all of these events, like you guys jumping the wall and running out and seeing the man dash away, and then this fight with the skeletons, all took place over about 3 total minutes, I would say. And at this point, Lithian walks up, or I would say runs up, and he looks out of breath, and he says, "Oh my goodness, what happened out here? Do you guys need some healing?"
Yeah, can you heal me, please, pal?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me roll 2d8s plus 3.
That'd be great.
That's
And none of you know what he means.
shit. Just got meta.
And he puts his hands on you and says, do you feel any better now? Do you need anything else?
I do feel better, but I'm not quite 100%. Can you do it again, pal?
I would love to do it again. It's like one of my big, things.
So Henroth was the only one who saw the person running around the corner, right?
That's a fact.
Okay.
No. Oh, yeah. Yes. But I did tell you guys about it.
Lithian does not have the white cloak from before on. He is in pajamas, and he looks like he awoke to these noises just as you guys did.
Well, if you told me about what you saw, I'll wait until he's done healing until, potentially insulting the person who's saving your life
Yeah.
at this moment.
Helping me?
Yeah.
Right? Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hey, thanks, Lithian. You're really good at this. Thanks so much. You came just in time.
He
By
says
the way,
that is absolutely no problem at all. Any time you need it. Oh, what happened out here?
What took you so long getting out here?
You know, it's hard to get out of the royal baths like in a big hurry, and I know our fighters guild is so capable, so I figured that they were on top of things.
Does he look wet?
Yeah, I mean,
It's a fair question.
he looks super wet.
Ew.
If you need me to get closer, I
Moist.
can pull off my pop filter, and it's like he looks super wet.
There's that ASMR.
I can go get some more Jello, and do some
There
folding.
you go. Say that with a mouthful of Jello, and you'll be in the money.
Or the opposite of whatever in the money is. I'll be out of the.
You
I don't know.
will owe someone money for doing that. It's so bad.
I'll be in debt once I do that.
Right.
Okay, so your story checks out. I'll say out loud.
He's like, well, thanks.
I would like to move up and try to whisper to Henroth, like, should we mention what you saw to him?
Is anyone mildly interested in why a bunch of highly explosive skeletons just rushed this town?
You know, that is a valid.
Assuming you say that in character, Lithian says, "What on God's earth are you talking about?"
Did you not? Did you? How could you?
Did you hear the
Says,
explosions?
I just rolled up. The second explosion was just before I came around the corner. It was like the first tower at 9/11. Nobody saw it.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
I did just remember something. I have a bone sticking out of my chest. Lithian, could you help me?
Yeah, he says, "Oh Christ, I just noticed as well," and he heals you as well.
Beautiful.
Hey, one of these fighters guilds guys just died. He just got blown up in the middle of town. Aren't
Yeah,
you a
you guys
little
turn
alarmed?
behind you, and Craig and Jazzamule are just like screaming, crying into the sky, asking why this happened over the charred bones of their giant buddy.
Aren't you concerned about this, Lithian? Hey, where's your dad and your brother? What?
He says they might still be sleeping. My father casts sleep on himself every night before bed. It's very strange of him, but it's just so that he cannot actually wake up until one of us says the command word. And I didn't think of it on my way out here.
Oh.
I don't know where my little brother is. He might have been scared by the noise.
I'm being mesmerized by the flicker on Chuck's stream right now.
Sorry, I don't know what that flicker is. It's weird. Was that 11 healing? Was that mine?
Yes, sir, it was.
Yep.
Oh, thank God. I am max.
Nice.
Well, Lithian, maybe we should go wake your father up and see what he knows about this. By the way, that white cloak that we saw you wearing yesterday, is there anybody else who, or is that like a family thing?
Yeah, most members of my family and a few members of the royal court wear similar cloaks.
Okay, yeah. Why don't we go see what's up with your family? We should alert your father at least as to what's happened here.
I will bring you to him, but I do have a bit of a prior engagement. That's why I was taking a bath. I will take you there, but I'll have to leave immediately after.
What do you got going on in the middle of the night?
Dude, exploding skeletons just attacked your town. What could be more important than this?
Still attacking your town.
yeah, they're like stuck in the mud and the entangled
they
into
all
the glitter.
exploded, and there's glitter everywhere. Everyone looks fabulous.
The town is covered in glitter.
Where there once was a gate, there is now just charred, destroyed wood and a pretty decent-sized crater in the ground because you got them 4 feet of depth before they all exploded.
And a crater in the town where the giant died.
Not quite a crater there, because that was just
Okay.
one skeleton. The other spot had like a pretty concentrated 14 skeleton explosion.
Any innocent bystanders get caught in the explosions also?
Everyone is covered in glitter and blood and guts and spit and ass. But aside from that, no. Everyone's okay. Just for the sake of me not rolling any more dice than I need to.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It just ties back into the way he's acting, right? Just like nonchalantly about everything. Like, oh, I was having a bath because of a prior engagement.
Yeah, he was like, to answer your question, he looks around because like the crowd has gathered now quite significantly because anything Lithian does is very important to everybody. and he draws you all in closer with his arms. He's giving you guys a little mini group hug type of situation. He says, I'm going on a date, but I gotta keep it pretty low key. Sort of like one of those like Aladdin and Jasmine like class separation things. Like if anyone knew that I was dating her, it'd be a horrible affair. You know, I mean, I'd get ridiculed.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
I
little
realize
prime
saying this
dating
that
advice.
for those of you unfamiliar with D&D 3.5, like the equivalent of an insight check is a sense motive check. Like if you don't believe someone, or if you think that what I am saying sounds fishy, you can roll to sense motive, and I will tell you, depending on like opposing rolls, you know, like what is or is not up with your intuition about a certain statement or situation.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna try to sense motive.
I'll join you on that.
I am not doing that in an attempt to like guide.
No, but that's
You
I appreciate
just-
because I don't really know the
It
system.
seemed like
Wow,
a
we were
situation
rolling.
where I would want to, and I realized that no one had done it at all at any point during anything anyone has said.
We're rolling terribly tonight,
Yeah.
which also makes for hilariousness.
It does.
For the opposed check that he is making, I am just going to roll it with a d20 on my table because I am not good at hiding rolls on the on roll 20. Oh shit. Okay. You guys determine that he is a horrible, horrible liar, and basically, you think he's telling the truth, but he's being quite awkward about it.
Lithian, there's something you're not telling us.
He says,
You can level with us. We just saved your town.
well, yeah, I guess you're right. And I mean, honestly, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't have been able to save the town. But he gets even closer. He says the girl that I'm going to go see has a penis, and that's not really cool here in the past. So this isn't a very progressive town from medieval times, as you could imagine.
Okay. What does this have to do with the skeletons blowing up in
Oh,
your
Literally
village?
nothing. I just like
Yeah,
have a
again,
pretty
some
standard
prime
time that I go and hang out with my boyfriend, and I'm going to go do it.
Okay,
some
Lithian, why
prime
don't-
dating advice, man. I mean, I take him aside, put an arm over his shoulder. Prime dating advice. If you want to go to a swanky, nice restaurant, don't do it in a town that's being attacked by explosive skeletons.
Says, hey man, this is my town. I think it's a pretty dope place, even when it is being attacked. You know what I'm saying?
You
Ah,
can't argue with
right,
logic.
right.
Henroth will shrug.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't. I mean, like I was, young once, and
He's like, yeah, I'm 18. Like, I'm gonna go get some mad dong if you don't mind. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
I
you
will
know,
definitely wake up my dad first.
Never
go
mind considering where explosive skeletons might have come from, being mindless and automatons
Well, I
and
mean,
all.
you
They
guys
generally
have
have some
obviously-
overriding master that tells them what to do and who might have further issues with your town tonight.
He says, hey, okay, I'm a cleric, okay? I can turn undead. Like, I get how it goes, bruh.
okay.
He says,
Hey,
I'm just saying, I'm trying to get wet more than I already am.
Hey, Lithian, why don't you take us to your pops? Your secret safe with us, and you can go sow your wild oats, all right?
That is totally the plan, my dudes. And he guides you up to the palace. And it's not really a palace. It's just a really, really, really nice, like, longhouse wooden cabin type of situation. And he guides you to his father's bedroom, where the little boy, the son, is, like, hiding at his father's bedside. And he is just, like, quavering in fear. Like, he has no idea what's going on. Like, he's just shaking, holding his dad's hand, and his dad is asleep. And
I don't remember the brother's name. Oh, it was like Lithian's brother. Is that what
yeah,
he
that was
known
his
as?
name. No, I think he told us his actual name, but he was very sarcastic that it's Lithian's brother. Didn't Lithian earlier say there was some magic word to wake his dad up?
Oh, we lost
Big-
Seth.
big boy.
There we go. He's back.
Oh, did you
heard-
only hear me say big boy?
That's all we
Yes,
heard is big
that's
big boy.
it.
All we
There was-
heard.
There was more to it, but I'll say that's the password. And his father wakes up immediately.
That is
He just whispers in his dad's ear, big boy.
so
And his dad
awkward.
gets up and says, yes, I am a big boy. What is going on, kids?
Fucking Christ.
And heroes.
Did Craig and his lady friend come with us also? Or was it just the three of us plus?
No, they're
Lothian?
still mourning the death of their good friend.
I understand that. Well, it's Lithian. I think you have some. You need to go check on the citizens of the town, right? You should bounce.
No. He stays here. He stays here. Lithian, you should stick around for this. As future ruler of this town, you should know what's going on.
He says, I think I agree with Acadius, and I will be completely bouncing right now.
I'm gonna
And-
lean over to
and,
Acadius
like-
and go, "Where's his white cloak? Don't let him go. He's a prime suspect."
Oh shit! I forgot about that. I was just trying to help him out.
Yeah, he has just like turned and walked out. He is walking
Help a
away.
bro out.
Wait. All right. I want to run after.
Cast and tangle.
Less than that, I do want to run after him real quick. Like shit, I forgot all about that. Hey, Lithian, real quick,
He says, yeah, oh my god, what?
where the fuck is your white cloak at?
He says, oh, it's in the bathhouse. It's over on the eastern wing of the longhouse.
You don't happen to know anything about the treasure chest earlier, right?
What? No, treasure chest? I don't
And
know
then-
what you mean.
Running outside of the wall.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about, honestly.
I want to do that. What is it? The sense motive or whatever it is on this.
Yeah, go to
sense
town.
motive. What is my sense motive? That is a +2.
Nice.
Let me roll it. Oh fuck.
You believe he is telling the truth.
Okay. Sorry. Go. Have a good night then.
He says, oh, he winks, I will. And with that, he takes off, and I'm assuming you re-enter the room with
Yeah.
the father and the young boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two of us are Mornath and Hanoth are just staring at the father who has just been woken up.
Yeah, for like 20 seconds, you guys silently just look at each other.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Acadius walks back in, he says, oh, yeah, well, what on earth is going on? Why have you awoken me? Why
Hey.
did my son have to leave so quickly? I don't understand anything.
He was taking a bath and he wanted to get back to it. Hey, your town was just attacked by exploding skeletons. Is this common?
He says, Lithian's little brother, you need to exit the room briefly.
Oh.
And
we were-
Lithian's little brother says, oh my god, dude, and just walks out. He walks out the door, he just slams it. And as soon as he does so, the father says, as a matter of fact, over the last couple of weeks, there have been more of our sentries along the wall and about the perimeter of the town have noticed other undead creatures moving about. Normally small ones, though. Normally like squirrels and rabbits and badgers and things of that nature. There have been no humanoids up until now, apparently.
So
Ah, abominations! Those poor creatures.
sure, yes. Did you try to follow them or scout it out?
And not particularly. They were never harmful. They
Oh,
just sort of.
Just undead creatures running around outside of your walls warrants no investigation.
I mean, we didn't do no investigation. I mean, you're sort of getting really in my zone about this, honestly. It's like, I mean, we followed them and we did magical tests on them and discovered that, I mean, they were just reanimated by someone relatively magically inexperienced. And, I mean, we figured that they weren't going to make a shitload of skeletons and attack the town. Basically, it didn't seem like the logical conclusion of the situation to me personally. I don't know how much mayor
Okay.
experience you have, and he looks at your name tag and he says Acadius, and he like looks down his nose at you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
why
Everyone
do
has
we-
name tags just for the comic.
Yeah, why
relief
do
of
we
that
wear
scene.
our name tags, Acadius?
I don't know. I think it's something Craig made us do. I just forgot to take it off.
Hey, what's this guy's name? Mayor Tuesday? What's his name?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost Seth. It's because one crit wonder just wandered in.
Yeah.
There we go. He's back.
Son of a motherfucking bitch! You guys laughed every single time.
Yeah, we can hear you. Seth's back.
Every time I hear someone say, "Oh, we lost Seth," I start like singing swear words, basically.
Okay. I think he's still here.
I don't hear him. I'm gonna guess he's singing swear words
Oh.
right now.
Fucking dick.
There we go.
dude.
Okay, you're back. You're back. We got you.
It's because I haven't mentioned that I am actually coming to you guys live from a MacBook Pro currently in over 10 minutes, which was my deadline. So
Okay. That explains the malfunction.
Oh, yeah, it's the power of the Mac.
it's
they're warning
exactly
you.
what it is. So, yeah, he explains that they didn't really think it was something they needed to investigate. You guys are just like, what do you do now?
Okay.
Aren't you concerned about this? Do you want to hire us to look into this further?
He spits out his drink and he says, "Of course I'm fucking concerned with it now.
Where did you get the drink from?
It's Lithian's bathwater. What of it?"
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I bet it probably tastes good.
Like, literally like rose wine.
Right?
He just stares off into the distance. He's like, "My son is just so perfect."
Yeah. Hey, did you want to hire someone to look in this? Because like, you know that giant in the Fighters Guild, like it's dead, and maybe
He says,
you
"No,
need
not Tillicum. He is."
Yeah,
Oh.
Tillicum. You need some strong investigators like us.
He says, "If Tillicum is dead, who am I going to hire to arrange flowers for Tillicum's funeral?"
Oh, we are definitely not the flower arranging type.
Why don't you check with Lithian's little brother?
Yeah, maybe he needs that responsibility in his life.
I was just saying, Tillicum was our town's florist.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's a lot of things most people didn't know about him, and he stares off
Wow.
ponderously.
That Fighters Guild really just shatters all stereotypes.
That's what their whole deal is, man. I really love it. They really just are so progressive and honest, and it's so like liberating, you know?
It is. They're a beacon of progress in this world.
He says he gets up, he's completely nude and he's 95 and he gets on
Oh.
a robe. Once he's got his robe on, he says, "Well, we should go assist Craig and Jazzamule with whatever service they're going to attempt to perform or help them in whatever is going to be happening through this."
Should we be looking into these undead?
He's like, "You and the undead, it's such a big deal with you guys. Jeez, like they just, I mean, you know what? Yeah, go investigate. Off of all the piles of evidence we have that the skeletons appeared and then exploded, you just go initiate an investigation. I'm going to go tend to my townspeople's emotions."
How much are you gonna pay us?
Yeah,
He says,
that's.
"I don't know. However much is left in the wagon of gold." He says,
Wait,
"Baxter," and a man with a mustache comes out from under the mayor's blankets. He says, "No, yes, mayor. What do you need?" And he says, "How much gold is left in those wagons?" And Baxter says, "By my calculations, I would assume we have nearly 600 gold pieces remaining." And the mayor says, "Well, yeah, you guys can have 600 gold pieces if you figure out what the fuck is up with the skeletons. Now I'm going to go talk to Craig."
wait, is that accounting for the chest that was stolen?
"What chest?"
Aha.
You're not in on it.
Baxter, twirling his mustache, says, I have counted and recounted over 100 times the contents of those wagons. I assure you that there is no error in the number of 600 being correct.
Okay. I'm just gonna put it out here. When this thing started, of course you wouldn't have known it because you were, magically unconscious.
That's my whole deal.
Yeah, there was a chest setting out in the open, and we believe some dude wearing a white cloak, like, your royal family wears, stole it and took off right before the explosion and skeletons and shit.
He says, well, none of the gold came to us in chests. We don't really fuck with chests. We just have a big treasury.
Well, then what the fuck is that chest? That chest
I
we
don't
saw.
know. I mean, what was the source of the noise that you heard that made you investigate the chest?
What did it sound like? Fireworks or some shit?
Yeah, we don't know.
He says, didn't the DM say it sounded like combat?
Yes, it sounded like combat.
Yes.
Bless you to whoever sneezed.
That's my wife. She's sneezing loudly.
He says, well, I mean, I don't know. Did you detect any magic? Was it like a clamor box or anything?
I'd shrug. I'm not that kind of druid.
We were way too busy dealing with, exploding skeletons by that point to do any follow-up investigation.
Too busy saving your town.
Yeah.
He says, I love when you boys save the town. It's always been such a highlight of my day, twice now. He says, listen, I'll give you 600 gold if you figure out what the hell is going on here. I don't really have anything to go off of. I've just woken up. I'm sure that someone at the library might be able to assist you in I don't know even like what this would be. Like it's really up to you guys to figure out where you want to go and what you want to do. I mean, if you can figure out where the skeletons came from and get some recompense for Craig and for Jazamule, that would honestly be the greatest reward in and of itself, giving to another. But if you also require monetary compensation, I can provide it.
Okay.
Yes, to the latter.
Yes, money is, good.
That's
Man,
what brought us here.
You guys are really breaking that heartless mercenary wandering adventurer stereotype.
Yeah, that was a stereotype on your part.
He says, whoa, I guess it was. He says, isn't that weird, Baxter? I never stereotype. And then Baxter, who's like just reading like a Time USA, looks up from his whatever and says, yes, of course, Mayor. You get the feeling that they have an incredibly strange relationship.
Yes. Okay. Oh, where do we start?
Well, hearing that there's now money involved, I'm going to go and check out some of those skeletons, see if there's anything maybe inscribed on the bones, any kind of clue as to where they might have come from, what might have enchanted them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mornath's here. Lean over to Acadius. I thought we were going to get 300 each, but this guy's still here.
So it'll be.
He was standing in the corner the whole time, mouth agape, eyes staring.
So it'll be each of us get 400, and we'll give him 2.
Okay, I like it.
Is that how math works? That's not how math works.
Yes. We don't do math in the
Right.
forests.
That's fine. We'll figure it out later. Let's go check out some bones.
As you guys are leaving, make me a spot check, please.
Bam.
Oh, dear Lord.
I don't think Henroth has ever seen literally anything.
I'm out of my element in this town. I'm just kind of like shaking the whole time because I'm out of my forest.
Well, Acadius and Mornath, you kind of are going to retroactively notice something that I kind of just spaced out bringing up previously. The young boy, Lithian's little brother, he also did not have his cloak on.
Oh.
Ooh. The figure I saw, was it a small-ish kind of figure in stature?
You rolled poorly enough on your spot check then that I
And I-
did not give you a very descriptive.
That is fair.
It
was dark. My eyes were adjusting. I just saw a figure in a white cloak.
That's right, and it dashed around the corner very quickly.
Well, if we come across Lithian's brother again, we can ask him about that.
Well, as you exit the mayor's bedroom and out into the hall to go back towards those bones, he is like curled up in the fecal position, or not fecal. Wow.
That's yeah.
He is curled up like a poop, No, he's curled up in the fetal position, like rocking back and forth with his hands over his ears in the hallway.
Hey, Lithian's brother, what's happening?
His hands are over his ears.
You wanna?
One of my favorite things to do as a dungeon master is kind of like force people to interact with other people really awkwardly.
So he can see us, but he's trying not to hear us?
Well, no, he's like on the ground. You guys are sort of like walking away from him when you notice that he was there, and he's like, when people do that thing where they're traumatized and they rock back and forth with their hands over theirs, he's kind of looking down towards his feet.
I guess I'll like kind of snap in front of his face and maybe give him a tap.
He says, what?
Hey man, where the fuck's your cloak at?
I don't know, it's in my bedroom, hanging up.
You should go get that for me.
How about we accompany you to go check it out?
He says, I don't think my dad would want you to go in my room.
Well, stand in the doorway.
That's honestly fine by me. Yeah, cool. He leads you back a little ways into the palace. He opens his door. He goes inside. From in his closet, he reveals a white cloak that fits him and is small like him.
Can we take a closer look at that cloak?
He says, "Why?"
Oh, no reason. It's we want to get similar ones made up for ourselves. We were such big fans of them.
He says, "Well, this pattern is kind of like a family royalty thing. Like, you can't. I'm sorry."
Well, we can, change it up a little bit. Yeah.
He says, something about this seems off to me. And I'm only 7, so really something's got to be way wrong about this situation.
Okay, I'm gonna go, Baxter!
Baxter just like sticks his head like through the window of this little boy's room. He says, yes.
Hey, Baxter, is it okay if we take a look at Lithian Brothers' cloak a little closer as part of our investigation?
He says, whatever you need to do, just find out why the wall has been broken. I need to pay for a new one.
There you go, Lithian's brother. You heard Baxter. Hand it over.
Christ, like, that's my cloak. Like, I don't want him to mess with it. Okay. And he hands you the cloak. I guess all of you would roll, like, gather information or maybe search.
Is investigate a thing in this? No.
It certainly is not.
Okay.
Is that
search? Oh, this is not going to go well.
Ooh, my search is +3. Mornoth, do you got any good search?
You want search? Sure, I can do that.
I was just
gather
gonna say,
information.
Whichever one comes out higher as a bonus for you guys.
Okay, but then disregard my 3.
Dude, I am not seeing your guys' rolls in roll
I
20.
see that. Yeah, my Henroth rolls are not showing up. I wonder if it's just because I'm using a character sheet. Let me just do a random die roll.
There it is.
Okay, so whenever I use a character sheet, you can't see it.
I can see all of your rolls.
Okay, so you're seeing the ones that I did for my character sheet then.
Yeah, I can see. Okay. It looks like Bert rolled a 16 on spot check, and then a 7 on a gathered information, and then Henroth rolled a 3, and then Mornath rolled a 6, and then Acadius rolled an 8, and then Henroth rolled a 4.
Yeah, so only the GM can see all of our rolls. But we can't see each other's when we use the character sheet.
One Crit's got the information. He says, your sheets are whispering the GM. The messages are yellow. Yes? ?
They certainly are.
Yeah, they are whispering the GM. That's the last field on the macro. That's silly.
Good call, BH.
Let me try with the Whisper GM turned off, and let's see. Oh my goodness. There you go. I just kind of ruined the macro. But
I
can you
don't
see
know
it?
what
Nope.
the hell that is, but it looks like you rolled a 14.
Yeah, I don't know what I did there. And I don't know how to undo it. But yeah, it's still only going to you.
Yeah, it's still yellow. I don't know. None of you. I mean, it has a faint bit of enchantment on the cloak you can detect, but other than that, like there's nothing incriminating about the condition of the cloak.
Okay. Well,
Oh, there it shows up. I got rid of the /WGM.
aha. Mystery solved. All right. Well, then I'm satisfied with the cloak. I say I'm down with following Mornath to go check out them bones.
Yes. Hey, thanks, Lithians, brother.
He says, "Yeah, I can tell that it really means a lot to you because of how well you know my name." And he just
Hey.
closes the door.
Hey, real quick, Lithium's brother, what's your name?
He says, I look around my office. Linksys router.
Well, Lithium's brother, Linksys router. Thank you.
Says, "Hey, no problem. It's been a while since I've heard anybody say those words out loud."
Is that your full name, or is that like a
It's
first and middle
Linksys
name?
Router Johnson Wilkes Booth.
I can see why he just says Lithian's brother.
Yeah, I bet you can. And he closes the door again.
All right. Hey, why don't we go check out Lithian's robe? Didn't he say he was at the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Before we head out, let's go to the bathhouse quickly.
Okay.
Okay. You guys approach the bathhouse, and it's more of just like a big sauna with like a small bath in the middle. And hanging just inside the door, there is like a longer white cloak that might fit Lithian.
Let's investigate that a little closer.
Okay.
What did we roll for this again?
Either gather information or search, depending on like which you have a higher bonus to. Like whichever one you're better at is what your character would probably do.
Oh, my search is a +3. I'm going with that.
Yeah, you do that. You do you.
Nice.
It sure is a fancy cloak.
It is white in color.
I wonder where we can get one of these made. There's a local seamstress or something that produced these.
Oh, shit.
Oh, snap.
Oh, Mornath.
Mornath.
Oh, what you failed to notice was
What they all failed to notice was that there's absolutely nothing, like beyond a shadow of a doubt, interesting or compelling about this cloak.
Okay, well,
that it is obviously off the shelf. Target, I believe.
Ye old Target.
is anybody around? I'm gonna kind of look around. Any guards or anything?
No.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
gonna stuff it in my pack.
That is a good idea.
Nice.
But my,
And,
doesn't this bath soap smell like lavender?
Hey, it's probably worth something. It's super ornate.
You know what? We could take some vials of this and at least sell it later on as some sort of magical potion. Get some, some farming simpletons out in the country that haven't, uneducated about the realm of scented bathwaters. Make a couple
Baxter's
coins.
head just comes out of the bathwater and he says, "That would be quite unscrupulous of you."
Holy shit, man. Holy shit.
He says, "You're going to need to return that cloak."
Oh, Baxter, I didn't see you there.
He's
I
like
was just
blowing
gonna-
bubbles.
I was just gonna take it to the local seamstress to see if she could make me a copy, but you know what? I'll leave it here, and I'll ask Lithian's permission when he's back. How about that?
Says I would do the same if I was you.
Okay, we should get
Thanks,
out of
Baxter.
here.
Yeah, this place is weird.
Yeah, that guy's fucking creepy.
His head just goes back under the water, and then you don't see any more bubbles.
So those bones, Mornath, huh? Yeah, let's follow that lead.
Okay, you guys exit out to the courtyard in front of the. I'm sorry about my dogs. The courtyard with the exploded gate. There are now townspeople around trying to like put together a ramshackle like quick fix overnight for it. The mayor and Craig and Jazzamule are standing over Tillicum's skeleton, and they are debating on whether or not they should bury him.
Why wouldn't you guys bury your friend?
Says, well, you're the ones who are all hoity-toity about all the skeleton mischief. You'd think that maybe we should keep this big, strong skeleton away from the necromancer, but I mean, you guys probably figured out.
Necromancer? What necromancer?
I don't know, you guys seem to imply some necromancy because you're so interested in the undead stuff.
Yes, you should take this skeleton and you should chain it to one of the larger buildings here in town.
They all look at each other like, that's not a bad idea, honestly. Like, we could do that.
See? Great. And then I continue on as I mumble about them being dumbasses.
Stupid. Stupido. Yeah, okay, so let's chain it up. Do you guys know of any necromancers around here?
I mean, if we knew of some necromancers, we'd probably have gone and just killed them, you know what I mean?
Well, you guys aren't really, that would be going with the stereotype, right?
Right.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. We probably would have asked them about what their whole deal is and tried to, form a non-judgmental relationship with them before we decided that necromancy is still evil in most contexts and probably destroyed them anyway.
Yeah. Hey, has anything like this happened before? Around here?
No, not ever. He doesn't laugh. I laughed.
So I saw a guy in a white cloak run around out there before he disappeared around the corner. What do you think about that? I know this the family here that runs this place. They all kind of wear these white cloaks.
Who are you currently talking to? I thought you were talking to the mayor.
Oh no, sorry. I thought we were talking to the two mourning Craig and his lady friend.
Yeah, Craig, the mayor, and Jazzamule were all standing around.
Oh, the mayor's there.
Tillamook's body, yeah. I think I just called him Tillamook instead of Tillicum. He's a big cheese.
Yeah, okay. I'll wait to ask that. And the mayor's not there. Hey, Mayor, what's the deal with Baxter? Where'd you find him? Where can I get one?
Says, Baxter is older than I am, actually. He was my retainer when I was young and a prince. And yeah, he's just kind of always been with my family, I suppose.
Do I even what do I think Baxter's age range might be? Does he look old as shit?
I mean, he is a gnome, so he could be
okay.
He could be roughly he could be pushing 150, 160.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, yeah, let's chain up your giant friend, and we'll have to find you guys a new florist for the town.
Immediately, as soon as you mention the word florist, all three of them start crying.
Damn it, don't mention florist.
Yeah, don't mention florist.
Note to self.
Well, are you guys going to investigate the bones or chain up
no,
Tillicum?
I am not about that physical labor. Let's go. I'm voting for checking out them bones.
Yeah, let's investigate those bones.
Okay, the mayor and his 2 morning best friends chain up the corpse of their longtime ally, and I don't know, they chain him to like the tavern or like the side of the Fighters Guild or like whichever of those 2 buildings is heavier. I don't really know off the top of my head how heavy either of those buildings are.
Okay.
And you guys go and investigate the bones. I'll say once again, I mean, gather information, search, spellcraft, whatever you're the best at, and you think you can make an argument for applying to the situation. Hit me up.
Just going over each bone very carefully, using search.
Nice, dude.
I'm gonna lean to Acadius. This guy was a good acquisition.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to kill him.
While he's going over those, I'm gonna go over and do some spellcraft checks on some other bones.
Okay.
Look at that fucking number right there. Bam.
Ooh.
Plus 10, you say?
Yes.
I'll help you.
Oh, damn.
Because I got plus 3, 5 ranks.
14.
Yeah.
So we're about to bust this whole thing wide fucking open, guys.
Oh shit.
You guys, this is like a montage scene. We see young Acadius like pouring random acids and tinctures on these bones and getting random magical sort of reactions like fanciful smoke colors, and at the same time we see Henroth like rubbing his fancy druid dirt on some of the bones in a fanciful way, and his eyebrows are cocking side to side as he tries to uncover things. And with a spot check, Mornath
He's
picks
got
up
his
one of the
jeweler
bones.
piece out. You know, he's looking through a little magnifying lens.
Yeah, the end of this like montage scene, like the camera has split into 3 frames individually, like, you know, when like the party splits and the camera splits in like the Pink Panther style where everyone's doing different stuff all on the same screen. In the top left corner of the screen, we see Acadius's face illuminated by bright green magical energy, and he gasps and goes, Immediately after that, the same exact thing happens to Henroth, looking over the bones with his magical druid dirt. And then Mornath turns to look directly at the camera and says, "These bones just say kill my brother."
If found, return to.
Yeah, basically. And I think that is where we're going to have to end our session.
Kill my brother.
That's a great cliffhanger right there.
That is.
I try really hard to time it out in like cliffhanger amounts of time. I really wish it could have ended on, and Baxter's head sinks back underneath the surface of the bath.
That would have been good.
All right. Well, that was
Nice.
fun. Thank you, Seth.
Oh, hey, absolutely no problem. If anybody loved any of you guys' jokes more than they loved mine, which is highly unlikely, where can they find your joke?
Oh shit. You can find my shitty jokes over at twitch.tv/Defenders of Kobold or on Reddit at Kobold Defenders. Or you can fucking search me up on YouTube at Defenders of Kobold.
Wow. Now I gotta like learn my URLs. Thanks. Put me on the spot, Seth. You can catch Jowzam's Den at twitch.tv/Jowzam, or if you miss it live, you can watch on YouTube at youtube.com/Jowzam's Den.
And you can catch my podcast at Of Steam, Steel, and Murder.simplecast.com.
Anytime you want to hear me say more dumb shit, you can find me at mondaynightspod.com or on any podcast app, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, Cast FM, all that stuff under The Monday Nights with a K, like knights, like swords and shields.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in and watching us live. Who dropped in on Defenders of Kobold's channel.
Yeah, thanks for
And,
watching.
We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back again next week with the next chapter of this mystery.
It very well possibly could be the conclusion of our very intriguing story so far.
Well, if it is the conclusion, we should also talk about what we're going to do after that. And what we've discussed is doing a roundtable discussion after we run a game and kind of talk about what played out, what happened, what we liked, and the system
And
itself. Because we're
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because I
Cool.
know that everyone's answer will be all of these fucking numbers on this character sheet for this bad old version of D&D.
Yeah,
What I
it'll
Cool.
really like about Dungeons and Dragons, all the math. It's the math.
It's
the
the
maths.
fucking math.
We are playing the Mathfinder version.
Yeah.
Dude, Mathfinder is life. Fucking fight me on Twitter about it. I don't even give a fuck. But yeah, thank you guys so much for playing. I'm gonna bounce off of here and probably make some Jello.
There you go. You gotta support them kinks, man. Get your Jello on.
Oh, it's not a kink. It's a full-blown fetish.
His next Twitch stream will be 8 hours of SMR Jello eating.
Ugh.
You say that like it's a joke.
Right, just him sitting in a tub full of Jello with a spoon. Like, I'm not getting out till this tub is clean. There you go. That's
All right.
a fucking channel idea. You can pay me for that later.
It's a
I'll pay
$1 million
you-
idea.
I'll pay you in Shroot bucks
Shrewd bucks.
or Stanley nickels, whatever your preferred currency is.
Let's go with them Stanley Nichols.
All right, excellent. Everybody have a wonderful evening. I am going to
Thank
go figure
you,
out
you
why
too.
my dogs have been upset this whole time. Hopefully, I haven't
Appreciate
been
it.
robbed.
Yeah.
Thanks for running the game, man. It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
thank you.
All right. Later, guys.